Hey Mama and friends, today I'll be in the kitchen showing you how to make a quick pasta sauce using crushed tomatoes. I hope you join me. Welcome, I'm Janice with Mama Life Cooking, where I create simple and sweet recipes to simplify your mama life. Simple being, budget friendly, easy to find ingredients, as well as minimal prep and cook or bake time. And sweet, because every dish created by a mama has a little extra ingredient of sweetness in it. As always, the recipe will be in the description below. And I am a mama with 3 little boys, and it wouldn't be Mama Life Cooking if you didn't see or hear at least one of them. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So here we are, and I'm going to go through all the ingredients that we're going to need. You're going to see it's very simple, as well as just one sauce pot. So for us, this recipe is going to be for just 1 can of the crushed tomatoes, which is a 28 ounce. I tend to try to limit our sodium intake, and so this is a no salt added version, but obviously you could use what you want. I like to minimize it and add my own salt, which the garlic salt is what I prefer. So over here, like I said, we have 1 can, the 28 ounce of the crushed tomatoes. I have 1 medium sauce pot. Obviously this is bigger than we're going to need, but it can help minimize the bubbling over and getting on my stove. So I tend to use a bigger pot. Then we have in here roughly 1 tablespoon of diced up small rosemary, fresh rosemary. And then in here we have 3 large garlic cloves that have been minced up finely. And then in this dish over here, we have 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, and we have 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then we're going to use some olive oil in the pan first, and then you're going to see me add some at the end within the sauce. So first I'm going to go ahead to the stove, and we're going to turn this on. And I'm going to add in roughly 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then once that gets hot, we're going to add in that garlic. And you want this to be on medium-high to start out, and then it will go to a simmer. And I tend to like to make this sauce before I do anything else regarding whatever dinner is, whether it's meatballs or just spaghetti. You want to get this to it simmering for a little while before you make those meatballs. It's good. The longer it simmers, the better, but it's still good if you only have like 15 minutes to let it simmer. If you make sure to hit that subscribe button, you'll be able to get this short, quick 4 ingredient meatballs that I have a video for. I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic. You want to get the garlic so it is just a little charred and brown, and then we will add in the other seasoning. Stirring it occasionally so it doesn't stick. So as you can see, some of them are starting to get a little charred, but you need to watch it slowly. Don't put your garlic on and then walk away. All right, so I like that. So I'm going to take this off of the burner, keeping it on, and I'm going to go ahead and add in other seasoning. So here is our rosemary. We're going to mix that in there. Smell it, smells great. And I'm going to go ahead and add in all the other seasoning as well, and just let it soak up all the olive oil. So once it's gotten all the olive oil, and help minimize the sauce from popping back at me, I keep it off the burner as well. And I'm going to go ahead and add in the crushed tomatoes. Obviously, you can season this to your flavor. If you want a little bit more salt, go ahead and add it. If you don't. We minimize our sodium intake as much as we can. And then you just want to stir it to get all of that seasoning in there. Once you've gotten it pretty mixed up really well, then you're going to put it back on the burner. And then once it starts to bubble, then you're going to back the heat down to the simmer. And at least let it simmer for 15 minutes so it cooks all the way through. And then that's when I add in just a little bit more olive oil. All that seasoning is mixed in there well. And I'm going to go ahead and put it back on the burner and get it bubbly. And then I'll put the lid on and let it simmer. Alright, so as you can see, it's starting to bubble. So we're going to put our lid on that and we're going to turn it back to simmer and let it simmer for at least 15 minutes. Like I said, I like to let it simmer longer than that, but it's good if it's shorter than that. Alright, so it has been simmering and I'm going to go ahead and add in that little bit of olive oil, like I said, up to 1 more tablespoon. I swirl a little bit in there on the top and then stir that in. And there you have it, and it's ready to serve. A quick, shortcut, homemade pasta sauce we use for meatballs, spaghetti, whatever you like. I hope you enjoyed this quick pasta sauce using crushed tomatoes. Simple but yummy and crazy. I made it through this whole video without one kiddo appearing, but you probably heard. And as always, make sure to hit the subscribe button below if you can relate to this mom life of trying to make quick and yummy and sometimes healthy dishes for your family. And as well as I mentioned before, that meatball recipe that's 4 ingredients I'll be sharing soon. Until next time, thanks. Bye.